Hello! In this series I'm going to be going over budget premium decks that you can build for about $50, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. And within each deck I will be giving you different upgrades you can do. And the goal of this is to give you a good start with the clan. So get you as many good staples as you need, but still have it able to compete. If in a deck you see vanilla crits or heals, instant upgrade you can do is the premium collection crits or the heal guardians, which for the premium collection crits they're getting reprinted in the next premium collection, so you can wait till then to get them whenever they're under $1 each. So yeah, with all that being said, let's hop into it. We're starting with Dimension Police. Zeal is kind of like Shirayuki, where you minus the opponent's power a lot, and this specific build can generate a lot of force markers, utilizing Devane as a way to superior ride your Zeals from your deck constantly. And then you end on the Zeal Legion back in all your triggers, and then swing for really big while they're really small. This deck needs a lot of cards in hand for this combo to work. You utilize cards that draw quite a bit, like Gale Sludge and the grade 1 Zeal, to try to filter your hand back. And then you have the grade 2 Zeal that can minus more power also. And then you have Daikaiser as a way to make the opponent not want to PG your Vanguard while they're super low power. Your G-Zone doesn't super matter. X-Gallop probably won't be getting that big. Final Dimax is pretty good as a way to get a multi-attack off, but you can also stride into Omega first and be able to minus more power, and then you do Devane to ride Zeal, and then you can minus even more power. Really the only way to upgrade this list is by having Geomaglass also, and you can probably fit in like countercharges to try to fix the CV problem this deck might have. Now, Link Joker's next, and if you want to play on a budget, don't play Link Joker. But if you really want to, here's a list of Starvaders. Your main unit's Crisis, and you basically try to use your Link Joker engine to lock. You're gonna keep relocking this stuff to gain a bunch of power off your Glue Ball Dragon. You utilize Infinite Zero and the Baroman as a way to superior ride your Infinite Zero, lock more things. The most important part is gaining more force markers quicker. And then you have Freeze Ray for if they do a big combo turn on you, you can do Freeze Ray and lock their stuff and stall the game out a bit more. This deck probably ain't that good, but it's a decent start for it. If you want to upgrade, get V Chaos Breaker, Craving Claws, and Zirconiums, which they're all pretty expensive to get. There's Chaos Breaker Close, which is like $20, and then there's Photon, which is like $10. And then you probably want to have a Stark also at some point, because Link Joker doesn't really have a way to end the games quickly, at least Starvaders. So Stark gives you like a clean-cut way to try to end the game. Last for Brandt Gate, we got Nova Grappler. Nova Grapplers are actually pretty cheap to build. Most of the cards that you use anyway are super cheap. Your main unit is Zubat Battler Victor. Whenever you stride on top of him, you counterblast one, draw one, call a unit, and then give one of your units the skill that on attack you stand something. And then at the end of the turn, if you have one or less face-up damage, you countercharge one. If you have one or less cards in soul, you soul charge one. And then if you did both, you draw one also. So Zubat's just like super solid. The only bad thing about him is he doesn't have an Excel marker, but with the extra attack he gives you off his first skill, it kind of makes up for it. Grade 2s are all just basic things that restand. Golsachi's really good, Cool Hank's really good, and Ninjad's really good. The grade 1s is basically a simple grade 1 lineup. Geohawk is just a really good restander. Gambarugan can really be anything. Doesn't have to be Gambarugan. It's just, I have it in here as an extra way to restand something if need be. And then Guns Dawn to give you a whole board resist is really big. And then yeah, for the G-Zone, you run Busted as your main going first stride. Your entire play is basically Busted into Favorite Champ and just ending the game like that. Because with Busted, you will gain a bunch of cards, and then with Favorite Champ, you'll have so many G units flipped up, you could basically stand your board and stand him multiple times in a turn. And then we run Energy Girl because it's just super solid as an extra way to restand from your back row, because we have a lot of cards that restand from front row. Being able to restand from back row it becomes super solid. Upgrades you can do with this deck, you can run the V Victor in here also, because one, it has the Excel marker, so you draw one off it, and then whenever you ride Victor, then you check top 7 and call it grade 2 or less extreme battler. It makes it a lot easier to find your specific pieces that you're looking for. You can also run DOS Ledge with it. DOS Ledge isn't as good in this particular variant because you need to have an extra rearguard circle to make it the most effective, but you can also just run DOS Ledge in the current build and it works fine. You can also run Brutal Jack. If you run Brutal Jack, you'd want to run them in combo with Riser Custom, so you would have them in the same column and then you do Brutal Jack skill to rest them both and then stand Jack, and then the Riser Custom will stand with it, and then your Busted will proc twice, so you can Soul Blast 2, gain 2 drives basically. Dryger is really good. He is just a super solid finisher that can just end the game when needed, and he stands your rear guards 3 times in a turn. You could replace Energy Girl with Kachiwa. I think Kachiwa is better if you're trying to do a more V Victor centric build because you're able to target search it out. Combined with Busted, it becomes like a hard +1 because Busted will gain a drive off the stand of it also. While Energy Girl, you just go even with it because Energy Girl doesn't draw a card like Kachiwal does. You could run Meleaki and do a more Asdabulk centric build where you just have Meleakis behind your rear guards and then have Asdabulk restand them and then constantly get the proc off it where you give 2 units 4k, which it stacks. So on the first stand it has the skill once, but on the second stand it has the skill twice. So you can give 2 things 4k twice. You can also run Meteor Kaiser Victor as just a CB-less way to stride and have a decent play. And then you can have Victoplasma if you're in like a Link Joker matchup and all your stuff is locked and you just need something to restand on your Vanguard. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully I was able to help you guys get started in the premium. All the people I mentioned in the video, their videos to their specific lists will be in the description. If you liked what I did, like, comment, subscribe, do all that. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one.